Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I'm Sheen, your host. This is Money Matters. In this channel, we talk about money, finance, how to grow your money, how to invest your money, how to make money work hard for you. Today, I got another update video with Hyliion. A lot of people have subscribed to me recently, basically on my Hyliion coverage. So do not want to disappoint. There's a big movement on Hyliion today, as expected. So I'm gonna break this down into 4 parts. This video is gonna be a little bit long, but if you want to skip around, it won't bother me. I have broken this down into 4 parts, and I'll leave timestamps for each of the parts in the description below. So if you already know a lot about Hyliion, know a lot about the business model, if you've seen my other videos, you could probably skip over that part if you're just interested in what I think is going to happen moving into the future. If you're just interested in just seeing my positions, you could just watch the beginning or just watch the end. I won't be offended. So let's get started. This is going to be broken down into 4 parts. Part 1, I'm going to talk about the stock movement, Hyliion stock movement and the market cap and my personal positions. I'm going to show you screenshots of my personal portfolio. I am trying to remain as transparent as possible. Everything that I say, I will show you on my personal account. Now, part 2, I'm going to talk more about the business model because I think a lot of people have some confusion about the business model and Hyliion's products. So if you do understand its business model, you could just skip part 2. If you want to understand a little bit more, take a look at part 2. Part 3, I'm going to talk about fuel, the fuel and the zero emissions versus the net negative emissions. So there's some controversy out there because people are claiming that Hyliion's not going to be successful because a lot of states, including the first one is going to be California, they're not going to allow any new vehicles to be emissions. It has to be zero emissions. And as of current, Hyliion's products are not zero emissions. They burn fuel, they burn some type of gas. So they are not a zero emission vehicle, but in the big picture, they are a net negative. So they're better than zero, they're below zero, they're net negative. So we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about why they can claim that they're net negative. And so you can make that decision for yourself if Hyliion is gonna be successful. So that's part 3. Part 4 is my opinion on who's gonna be the winner, short-term, midterm, and then long-term into the future. Basically, there's 3 players in this space. Who's gonna take the crown, basically. There's Tesla, NIKOLA, and now Hyliion. So there's really 3 players emerging in this space. So that's part 4. All right, let's get started, guys. All right, so stock movement up massive again today, as expected. A lot of hype built up towards the end of the week, last week, and just over the weekend, a lot of hype, people talking about it all over the internet over the weekend. So it was pretty much expected that the stock was going to have another massive day today on Monday, and sure enough, it did. It ended up being up nearly 30% on the day, closing at 31.84. After hours, it added another 2%, closing at 32.50. And the market cap now is 927 million. And here is my personal position on Shell Tortoise acquisition. I am up 99.37% on this one. So basically doubled my money in a matter of, I think it was probably less than 5 days. So definitely very happy with this position, doubling up my money. So what am I going to do? Am I going to hold? Am I going to sell? What am I going to do? So this is my exit plan. Everybody has to come up with their own exit plan, but I'm just sharing with you my plan. So my plan right here, I'm showing you on the screen. There it is. I'm going to sell all 50 shares that I have in this personal account. Just to let you know, I have this Shell on a different account. I have a cost basis actually a little bit higher, I believe at $24, and a separate account. But this is account that, my public account that I share with everybody. I'm really transparent with this account. I talk about anything in this account. So in this personal account, I will be selling all 50 shares of Shell SHLL if it drops to $25. And that is just my personal preference, my personal comfort level. If it drops to $25, I would have made roughly 55% gain on this position. So if I sell right now, I will have roughly 100% gains, but I'm willing to hold on to it longer to see where it goes. If it keeps on going up, definitely be happy about that. I'll reevaluate the situation and set a new plan. But as of current, my plan is to sell out if for any reason the stock drops down to $25. And again, that's basically just guaranteeing that I have a profit of 50% gain, well, roughly 55% gain on this position. So the next thing I want to talk about relating to the stock movement is a lot of people are leaving comments. Is it too late to buy in? Do I think it's going to go higher? You guys really have to make that decision for yourself. I have no idea if it's going to go higher. That's why, I set my stop loss at $25 because it could very well just drop to $25, and that's why I want to guarantee have at least 50% gains on this. So everyone has to make that decision for themselves. I have no idea if this is going to keep on going up. The only thing I know is that as of Friday, the market cap right here I'll show on the screen was 715 million. Today, the market cap is 927 million. And this is from their press release when they were talking about the merger. So they were estimating by the time of the merger, Hyliion and Tortoise, the company merger, the market cap was going to be roughly 1.5 billion. So the only thing I have to say is that we are still below the estimated market cap based on this press release. So if you believe this press release at all, that they will be a $1.5 billion market cap company when the merger comes, then buying it at right now 900 some million, you still are guaranteed to make money. But nothing's for sure. Something could happen, it could crash, and it might not hit that 1.5 billion when the IPO happens. But that's just the risk. That's the name of the game. So that's the facts. The market cap is continuing to go up, and they're expecting the market cap to be at least 1.5 billion by the time this merger happens. All right, guys. So in the next part of this video, I'm going to talk more about Hyliion and what they're doing, what their technology is, because I've been reading a lot of comments, not only on my videos, but on other videos. And I think a lot of people that are investing in Hyliion, or at least commenting on these videos, don't fully understand what Hyliion is doing and what exactly the company is. So first of all, basically there's 3 players emerging in this Class 8 semi-trucking space. So basically Class 8 is long haul trucking, and what you and I basically call them semi-trucks. So there's Hyliion, there's Tesla, and then there's NIKOLA. So they both have 3 different technologies that they're using. Hyliion is the only company that has a solution that is on the road, that is being used today. They have their hybrid diesel solution and their hybrid compressed natural gas solution. Tesla obviously has not produced their semi-truck yet, and NIKOLA is outsourcing their production, and they don't have a truck out yet either. So Hyliion is the only company that is really, has a relationship with these OEMs, these manufacturers, the semi-truck manufacturers, and they've been building this relationship since basically 2015 when the company was founded. So again, Hyliion actually has a product, actually 2 products out that is on the road today. So their first product is their hybrid diesel solution. Basically, they take a regular diesel truck and they can retrofit it with their battery solution to make it kind of like a Toyota Prius, putting in a battery, putting in an electric motor to assist with driving. The next product is the hybrid CNG, compressed natural gas solution. So if you didn't know, the compressed natural gas is pretty prevalent, and there are semi-trucks that use compressed natural gas. The downside about compressed natural gas is it doesn't have the power that diesel does. And so this is where Hyliion does come in to help, because Hyliion is able to put electric motors on the trailer, on the trailer that this semi-truck is hauling. Therefore, if you're going like up a hill, or if you're hauling a big load, this electric motor can kick in and just give the extra boost, extra power that the CNG truck needs. Also, you're saving a lot of fuel because you have now a hybrid solution. You're able to use electricity and the onboard battery when you're coasting, and when you're braking, there's regenerative braking that charges the batteries back up. So basically, this technology has been out for a while. Probably Toyota is the most common, most prevalent with their Prius, hugely successful vehicle. Basically a hybrid vehicle. Toyota Prius was the one that pioneered this technology. But this technology has never came into the semi-truck space until now, until Hyliion came to the scene in 2015. So now moving into the future, so their Hypertruck ERX. So by the way, ERX stands for Electric Range Extender. So their ERX solution is meant to be on par with Tesla's solution, their Tesla's battery electric vehicle semi-truck, and NIKOLA's hydrogen truck. So the Hypertruck ERX is the future, moving into the future. So their third solution again is this Hypertruck ERX, and so the ERX truck uses renewable compressed natural gas. Hyliion does not produce the truck. Hyliion does not produce any trucks. They only produce the powertrain, the components that actually move the truck. So the chassis, the truck itself, is still produced by the OEM, whether it's Volvo or Peterbilt or any company. They are just retrofitting their solutions, whether their old solutions, their diesel solution, natural gas solution, and their new ERX solution is just a retrofit onto an existing vehicle. So they don't warranty the vehicle. They don't warranty the body, the chassis of the truck. They only warranty their product, which is the electric motors, the cooling system, the battery, and the generator. So I think there's a lot of confusion about what Hyliion does. Again, they don't produce a truck, and so that's different from what NIKOLA is doing and what Tesla is doing. Tesla's producing the whole truck. NIKOLA is outsourcing their production of the whole truck, and NIKOLA is also supposedly building out this whole infrastructure. So very different business models. All right, so here's a short clip of how the Hypertruck, so this is the newest solution coming out in 2021, the ERX, and how it works. Basically everything in blue and green is Hyliion. Everything else is produced from the OEM, the truck manufacturer. So the blue there, number one, is the RNG fuel, renewable natural gas, and that powers the generator. So this truck would not have a traditional engine in it. It just has the generator. The generator gets the fuel from the natural gas, and then the generator powers the battery, and the battery powers the electric motors. And here's a short clip of basically what Hyliion does. This is them retrofitting existing trucks with their solutions. And so a customer can either retrofit existing trucks that they already have. They could bring it to Hyliion, and Hyliion will install their solutions onto the truck that they already have. Or they could order brand new trucks from the manufacturer, from Peterbilt, from Volvo, from whatever manufacturer they want. And Hyliion works with that manufacturer to install their solution onto the truck, and it will get delivered brand new with Hyliion's technology to the customer. All right, guys, so I hope you guys have a better understanding if you're investing in Hyliion, exactly what they're doing. A lot of confusion out there. Hyliion, a lot of people are thinking that they're producing trucks. And so that's not the case. They are not producing trucks. They never produced any trucks. So that's it for that part of the video, just kind of clearing up any misconfusion. The next part of this video, I'm going to talk more about the fuel. There's compressed natural gas, and then there's renewable compressed natural gas. I'm going to start this part of the video off with a tweet from Trevor Milton, NIKOLA's former CEO. So this is his tweet. I'll read it. If you have asked me about Hyliion, I don't believe that anything with emissions will survive, regardless if carbon neutral. Most states will mandate zero emissions. They will need their own chassis, as OEMs will circumvent them. Retrofit won't work. Happy to advise them for free. All right, guys, so Hyliion, so their newest solution, the Hypertruck ERX, electric range extender, that's what ERX stands for. It is going to be a net negative, so not net neutral, not neutral, it's a net negative carbon emissions solution. And so what exactly does net negative or neutral, zero emissions, or net neutral or net negative, or what does that exactly mean? So what Trevor Milton's tweet about is, they're saying that their NIKOLA trucks are zero emissions. Tesla's truck is going to be zero emissions. So a battery electric vehicle obviously has zero emissions because there's no tailpipe. It's just electricity. There's no emissions from electricity. NIKOLA's solution is hydrogen. There's no emissions from hydrogen. The waste product from a hydrogen vehicle is just water. So yes, the NIKOLA and the Tesla is going to be zero emissions. All of Hyliion solutions, all their past solutions, their hybrid diesel, hybrid CNG, and their future solution, the renewable CNG, is going to have emissions. Yes, it has a tailpipe. They're burning gas. They're burning either diesel. It's going to be a hybrid diesel truck, a hybrid compressed natural gas truck, or a hybrid renewable compressed natural gas truck. you're all still burning gas. And if you're burning gas, yes, you have emissions. But how are they a net negative carbon emissions? So you got to really look at the source of your fuel, whether it is hydrogen fuel, whether it is electricity fuel, or compressed natural gas fuel. So how is that fuel being produced? So electricity, it's not just coming out of thin air. Electricity has to be produced. Hydrogen just doesn't come out of thin air. You have to produce hydrogen. You have to produce, whatever fuel you're using. It needs to be refined. It needs to be produced. So, like in California, if you're getting your electricity in California, it's probably really green and really clean because California uses a lot of wind energy, a lot of solar energy, water energy. So yeah, in California, if you're driving a Tesla, it's probably really clean. The vehicle itself has zero emissions, and the electricity that you're getting is probably pretty green, again, because electricity is produced from renewable energy in California. But if you're in like South Carolina or Louisiana or in some other state, even if you're driving a hydrogen vehicle or a electric vehicle, it doesn't mean that the electricity that was produced cleanly. If you're driving in the Carolinas, most likely the electricity that you just charge your vehicle with was produced from fossil fuels, was produced from burning coal. So that's where there's a difference between driving a clean vehicle in California versus driving a clean vehicle somewhere else. Just all depends on where the fuel is coming from and how the fuel is produced. Same thing with hydrogen. It takes a lot of energy to produce hydrogen, and then you have to transport that hydrogen. Whatever mode of transportation to move that hydrogen to the fueling station, that is burning, that is producing emissions. The energy used to produce the hydrogen, that is producing emissions. So yeah, even though your vehicle is not producing emissions, the fuel that your vehicle used was made from producing some type of emissions. So don't believe the hype that hydrogen is clean, electricity is clean. It is going to get cleaner. Electricity produced 10 years ago was produced a lot dirtier than electricity being produced today. Electricity produced 10 years in the future is going to be cleaner than today. So yeah, it's moving cleaner, but it's not 100% clean. It's not, you can't say it's 100% clean or zero emissions. So now I'm going to explain exactly how Hyliion is claiming that they are a net negative. So they're not zero emissions. They're claiming that they're net negative. So even below zero, better than zero. So they're claiming that they're a better solution if you consider the big picture than a battery electric solution and hydrogen solution. So they're net negative because their newest truck, the Hypertruck ERX, is going to use renewable compressed natural gas. And so this natural gas is actually produced from waste, from farm animal waste, from landfill waste, from water treatment waste. So all these things, livestock, farm animals, they produce methane. Landfills, they produce methane, and this is just waste that's going into the atmosphere, and that's a greenhouse gas. So instead of letting this gas seep into the atmosphere, it's being captured, and it's being produced into usable fuel. It's produced into natural gas, and so now, because you're taking this gas, instead of letting it go into the atmosphere to be a greenhouse gas, you're taking it and using it as fuel. So even though you do have tailpipe emissions, if you consider the whole picture, the whole life cycle of this fuel, you're actually net negative. You actually are cleaner. So running these vehicles is actually cleaner. It's cleaning up the greenhouse gases because you're taking it away from letting it seep into the atmosphere. So here, renewable natural gas production. So RNG, renewable natural gas, is a pipeline quality gas that is fully interchangeable with conventional natural gas and thus can be used in natural gas vehicles. RNG is essentially biogas, the gaseous product of decomposition of organic matter that has been processed to purity standards. Like conventional natural gas, RNG can be used as a transportation fuel in the form of compressed natural gas. So again, here, compressed natural gas, this renewable compressed natural gas is basically biofuel from landfills, biogas from livestock, from farms, and biogas waste from waste water treatment. So I hope that further clears up, why this is actually a cleaner solution as of today, a cleaner solution than battery electric vehicles, a cleaner solution than hydrogen. So again, it's a net negative. If you consider the whole life cycle of the fuel, it's net negative versus just zero emissions for battery EVs, and for hydrogen, you're at zero, but you're at negatives if you're using renewable compressed natural gas. All right, so in this last part of my video, I'm going to talk about what solutions I think is going to be short-term, mid-term, and moving into the future, long-term. So right off the bat, I'm going to say I don't think NIKOLA is in this picture. I don't think they're going to deliver on their promises. I made other videos in the past about NIKOLA, how I don't believe in them. I see a lot of red flags with the company. They're outsourcing all their stuff. They're not producing any of their stuff. I have a problem with their management team. I don't like Trevor Milton. I have a lot of problems with the way he presents himself. I'm not going to go into all of it, but I just don't believe in NIKOLA. I don't think they're going to have the time or the capital to build out this hydrogen infrastructure. So I think in the short and medium term, Hyliion is going to be the winner. They already have solutions that are being used today, and it just makes sense. It just makes sense. If you're a fleet, if you have like 20,000 trucks, 10,000 trucks, whatever it is, you're not going to replace all your trucks all at once. You're not going to get rid of all of them and buy all Tesla trucks. You're not going to get rid of all of them and buy all NIKOLA trucks, right? You're most likely going to do the most cost-effective way. And right now, Hyliion is the most cost-effective way. You can retrofit your existing trucks with Hyliion solution, and therefore you don't have to get rid of your whole fleet to buy brand new trucks. If you want a new truck, they have a solution for that. They're a renewable compressed natural gas solution. So if you wanted to get a new truck, you could still have a Hyliion solution on your vehicles, and you're using a lot less fuel, and you are net negative in your carbon emissions. So that's why I do see Hyliion very successful in the short and medium term. But in the long term, moving 20 years into the future, I think Tesla is going to be the overall winner. It's a huge market. I think the trucking market is like an $800 billion market. So there's room for more than one player. But I think Tesla is going to be the winner, not because of their choice of fuel, not because of the battery electric choice of fuel, but because of their self-driving technology. And I didn't see anybody really hit on this. Any other people talk about who's going to be the winner when it comes to the big picture. So moving into the future, battery electricity is going to be cleaner. It's going to be cheaper to produce. Batteries are going to be cheaper. They're going to get better. You're going to be able to drive 500, 600, 800 miles on one charge. So moving into the future, that part I think is going to solve itself. But the self-driving part is going to be the key, because it doesn't matter if you're a NIKOLA using a hydrogen solution, you're Hyliion using your compressed natural gas solution, or if you're Tesla just using, or anybody using a battery electric solution. It doesn't matter once self-driving comes into play, because as far as a semi-truck, a driver can only drive 11 hours a day. Here it is. Drivers can drive a total of 11 hours a day during a 14-hour period. However, driving is not permitted if more than 8 hours have passed since the end of the driver's last off-duty and sleep birth period of at least 30 minutes. So a Tesla vehicle with self-driving, and I'm not going to get into why I think Tesla is going to be first to self-driving. They just are. They have the data lead. They're just going to be first to self-driving. I'm 100% convinced of that. So when that day comes, it doesn't matter if you're hydrogen, it doesn't matter if you're compressed natural gas. If you have to have a driver behind the wheel, that driver can only drive 11 hours a day. So if you are moving things around, if you're a company that's hauling stuff, do you want your trucks to be driving 11 hours a day, or do you want your trucks to be driving 24 hours a day? And that's what self-driving is going to do. The truck does not have to rest, except for recharging. It can recharge probably in an hour or less, but essentially probably just 23 hours a day this truck can be driving. So that makes the world a difference. You don't have to pay for the driver, and there's a lot safer for self-driving. There's going to be a lot less accidents. So that is going to be a game changer. That's going to be basically the end of any discussion about who is going to be the winner when it comes to transportation, period. It's going to be the company that their vehicles can drive themselves. All right, guys, I know that was a super long video. I broke it down into the 4 parts. If you want to go back and watch each individual part again, please feel free to do so. Consider subscribing if you haven't yet already. Give me a thumbs up. It really helps out the channel. I did a lot of deep research into this company, so I really appreciate if you give a thumbs up. It really helps out the channel. Consider subscribing if you haven't yet already. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.